A lot of you have been asking me if I think Gypsy Rose really got hacked or not. I am 50-50 with it. The reason why I'm 50-50 with it is there's other things that I've seen that make me think maybe she really did get hacked. Only because I do think that she wouldn't know and she'd respond to an email to get a blue check mark. I do believe she would do that. She's that narcissistic to think, oh, TikTok really wanted me to get my blue check mark back, so they emailed me. She's a narcissist. They always think that they're the center of attention and everybody's praying or praising them. So I could see that. Also, she did freak out, but I feel like publicly we really didn't see it that much, so I don't really know how to really take that. I also know there's things going on with Bree and one of the people that used to be on her panel, and that lady has a lot of information that could kind of like essentially screw over Gypsy and Bree. And I think that's the reason why we're not seeing it front facing, because that lady has recordings and text messages and just a bunch of stuff that could essentially hurt Gypsy and Bree and possibly other people. So I think that might be some of what we're seeing, and it could be throwing people off as well. Now, I know everyone keeps saying that Ken's dad is Turkish. Oh, he has affiliations to Turkey. His dad is also a financial, he's an investment banker, like some big shot down in Florida. I just don't think he would get himself involved in something like this. And because of his dad's career, I think it would be unfair of us to put that on him when he may have zero affiliations with it. And, I don't like Ken. I don't know his dad, but I just don't feel like we should be saying something like that specifically that we really do not know. It's kind of like, oh, she's from America. That call came from America. That must mean it's her. I get it, but I don't get it. Does that make sense? I don't see his dad doing that. I think if her account was hacked and she had something to do with it, I think she would have the account back by now. I think the reason why it's taking some time for her to get the account back is simply because she was not the person who opened up that account. That account was opened before she got out of prison. So either Ryan opened that account, Rachel Garlick may have. I actually may need to message her and ask her. But there's a lot of nuances behind that account. And, I'm sure her email was not the original email with that account. So there's like a lot of little things that could be taking some extra time. Now, the couple of reasons why I think she could have done this is because of her response slightly. It was right before her 1-year anniversary of being released. I'm trying to figure out what that is. But you know what? Someone also said something to me the other day, and it made me think. They said, you feel like it's impossible, and it's not that she could have been hacked, but it's also possible that she had something to do with it. But it's hard to know because this is a woman that has faked being handicapped for more than half of her life. The same thing with the pregnancy. Like, people have gaslit us into thinking, oh, because some of us think she's not pregnant or she may have already had the baby, that we're being dramatic. But this is a woman that faked being handicapped for more than half of her life. So for you to say that someone's being dramatic or someone's being extra or they're overthinking it, that's actually kind of crazy, because when you think about it, Gypsy has faked so many things in her life that it's not far-fetched to think that she'd fake a pregnancy. Other people have fake pregnancies. We've seen that on shows. So the reality is when somebody's a liar or has deceived you or has done things in the past, it's not hard for you to believe that they're doing the same. And I think that's something that we should take into account and not gaslight ourselves either. Look, I don't know if she had the baby already or not. I'm just not sure. I don't know what to think of that much of this because she is calculated, but I also don't think she is smart enough to figure out this whole hacking thing. Also, I know a lot of people have been saying something about, oh, they don't have PayPal in Turkey. Now, yeah, but all you have to do is have a US account, bank account, or like anything that PayPal can transfer that into, and a US social security number or a US INT, whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about, tax ID number, in order to get access to stuff like that. Those things are not impossible, and I've seen people overseas do that plenty of times. So that doesn't really strike me as odd, if that makes sense. It's not impossible, and people outside of the US, they're resourceful, and they always know someone here in the US. Like it's not something that is impossible. And remember, this person's a hacker. Like, a hacker is definitely going to have sources or resources to get their money. Like, hell, look at all the people that do that stuff in all these other countries, including Africa. Like, I feel like stuff like that is not that far-fetched, and I think people are looking at this in a way that is very, like, closed. Like, if you think, okay, they don't have that in Turkey, so he can't be doing that. Nah, that's not how that goes. There's so many other sources, and like I said, I've seen that, especially me being Jamaican and Cuban. I've seen like all sorts of stuff, and people that I know that are like from outside of the US, not even like Caribbean people. So I just wouldn't put too much thought into that because it's not impossible. But I felt like I needed to have this conversation with you because someone did say yesterday, oh, I feel like you're losing your credibility because you did the Chucky Rose and said you found a hacker to hack your account. It was a parody. I don't know if she did or not. I'm still saying I'm unsure. I'm 50-50 about it. And that's why it's called my opinion. People are watching my channel for me to tell them what I know and then give them my opinion. I don't know for a fact that she found someone to hack her. And then the other thing that y'all have to think of, maybe she did find someone to hack her, and the hacker hacked her and then tricked her. There's so many things that could have happened because that is possible. She could have found someone that would say that they would do it, and then they turned around and flipped the script on her once they got into the account. But I also don't think that the guy who had her account knew what he had when he had it. Like, on his lives, when he was trying to sell it, did you guys realize, like, he really didn't know who she was? He just knew he hacked into an account. I've gotten emails just like that plenty of times. That's why I don't feel like it's far-fetched. I've gotten those emails plenty of times. Like, I could show you plenty of emails that say it's from TikTok or Meta. Here, you could get blue check verified and all types of stuff. And I know that it's not real. And even if you check the email address, it's normally like xxxxxr@gmail.com. So it just didn't seem far-fetched to me. And I know a lot of people feel like it is. I'm just saying the reasons why I am unsure. I don't know if we'll ever know. Also, I know people are like, oh, Lifetime. I don't feel like Lifetime would get themselves involved in something like this. It's illegal. Why would Lifetime get themselves caught up with this? So if it is something, it's going to be her. But I just don't feel like she is strategic enough, or I think you guys are giving her too much credit to think that she's doing all that. That's just my honest opinion. I don't know. And also, she didn't get off on these charges because she was very smart. it was because it was political. And I think you guys need to keep that in mind. But that's my 2 cents. I wanted to come on here and have this conversation because I saw the comments yesterday and I felt like it was necessary to say this. But you guys have a great night. Bye-bye for now.